5 things you should not expect when you join a PRO or from your PRO in general. And some of them are kind of obvious, and some of them maybe I learned the hard way. I won't get too far into it. The first thing that I don't think anyone should expect, unless if you've co-written something that already is a hit with someone who's already had a hit, is don't expect immediate results right away. Registering your music and making recordings and sending things out is really a marathon, not a sprint. It's very possible that you might make an excellent recording and do all of the paperwork and everything to get it out there and to get it registered, and nothing comes for quite a while. It can be years. I know nobody wants to hear that, but I'd rather just say it. It can be years. That being said, when something happens, you will be so grateful that you took the time when you barely even had faith in yourself and you got your paperwork done. Because now you can get income from that, you can follow up on it, and what's most important is you can feel good about yourself, because if you didn't register your work, it's really hard to get that money retroactively. It can only go back so far, and sometimes I've only learned about some song placements I've had on television when I've seen my royalty sheet. And hey, that's a bit of a mess, but that's also how it is. The people at the PRO represent sometimes thousands and thousands. It can be like more than 10,000 writers per person, just a crazy number of people. So similar to music business conferences, you don't want to stand out for the wrong reasons. So with your PRO, don't expect an assistant. If you are having trouble with the website, try your best to get through it on your own, to do your own research. If you're really stumped, give them a call, but you know, they're busy. They might only be able to take one of your calls for the next several weeks, so try to have it be, similar to conferences, a good question. Your writer's representative, your rep at your PRO, is not actually your agent. They might happen to know of something that they're happy to pass on to you, but just because you've been affiliated with a PRO doesn't mean that you shouldn't be looking for your own opportunities as a songwriter or as a performer. Every now and then, if you're good and you know you're exactly right for something that they've heard about, they will let you know, but it's almost kind of like any kind of word of mouth. You really have to go out there on your own and push for it. Similar to that, they are not your manager. They will offer you professional development advice, but it's really up to you to tell them if you want to turn left or you want to turn right. Several years ago, I had a meeting with my rep at BMI, which overall was an excellent meeting. He always took a lot of time with me, which is great. And I remember he asked me if I wanted to make a change from the team that I was working with at the time to a different team that maybe he could give me a referral for. And at the time I said, you know, I want to stay on the path that I'm on. He said, that's fine, you come back. And sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I, you know, to say the Matrix, like I took the other pill. But ultimately, you know, he respected what I told him I was interested in at that moment. So keep in mind, they're not your manager, they're not your agent. They will let you know about things that they've become aware of, but you kind of have to make those decisions yourself of what you're looking for. The fifth thing is a little less sassy and dramatic than the meeting I remember from back in the day. Honestly, I've replayed it. Okay. But number 5, just don't try to just walk in without an appointment. Again, they're very, very busy. They've got a lot of people who want to get time with them, and again, similar to the conferences, maybe don't even really know what they're looking for. They just kind of want to meet with somebody because, hey, these are fancy buildings. It makes you feel good to tell your friends you've got a meeting at these amazing places, but they are workplaces. Get in touch with them ahead of time and try to have real information that you're trying to get from them, as well as, you know, new recordings and new things that you'd like to tell them that you are up to. So in summary, you don't really contact people who are representing a ton of people because you can't figure out something on the website that maybe needs an extra 10 seconds, but you can let them know with a nice email and maybe even a follow-up that you're going on the road opening for somebody, or that, you know, you've put out a new recording and, you know, you'd love to follow up with them about it. I mean, these are people that love music, so they love to hear stuff like that, but don't show up without an appointment. And also in some of these buildings, security understandably is pretty intense, so yeah, really don't do that.